Hi there, I'm Ian. I'm a chef here in Minneapolis. I'm gonna show you how to make an omelet with the Acre Made egg. First things first, we've gotta mix our egg. We're gonna add water to the bowl. Weigh that out, I need it all. To that water, we're gonna add our dried egg. And we're gonna add cream. This is a plant-based cream, but you could definitely add conventional cream as well. There's some really excellent options out there on the market. So I just want to get all the lumps out. And then once we get to this nice consistency, we're ready to go into the pan. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is get a hot pan. In the pan, I've got a little bit of oil, and I'm gonna add a little bit of butter substitute. I'm gonna melt that down. Get a lot of that flavor in the pan before we add our batter. I want to move it around and get the pan as evenly coated as possible so that this can move around really freely and I can do a flip. Next goes the egg. This is what we mixed just a minute ago. And it looks normal to get thicker like this. This is the nature of the product. Just gonna move it a little just to get some action going. Now that I'm starting to feel pretty confident in the bottom of the omelet, I'm actually gonna do a flip. And I'm gonna cook it just a little bit on that side. Now we can see a little bit splashed out. I'm just gonna do my best to get that underneath there. And I'm not gonna mess with it for about 10 seconds. And then I'll do the same thing to make sure that the pan is not sticking. Now we're gonna come out of the pan and onto a towel that's already ready on our station. And we're gonna roll it up. This is a great way to do French rolled omelets, but vegan. All right, now that we've got this omelet rolled, we're gonna plate it up with a couple suggestions that I've made. It's always nice to have a nice creamy sauce, so I made a mushroom bechamel to go on the base of this dish. The bechamel is just a thickened milk sauce with a roux, which is butter and flour. Again, I used all vegan ingredients, just substitutes, and it worked out pretty well for me. I like to spice it up and add different flavors. So this one, it being the middle of the winter, I wanted to add some porcini mushroom with some clove and bay. That'll be the base of our plate here. And then in keeping with the season, we've got roasted Brussels sprouts. These are just roasted in the oven with oil and salt until we get these nice caramelized flavors. With this, we're gonna do some tomatoes that are confit in oil. So confit is a way of preserving things at the height of their season in oil. Traditionally it's done with meats, but you can do it with some vegetables and even fruits to add a more concentrated, rich, decadent flavor. Okay, first on the plate is our mushroom bechamel. We're just gonna plate this right in the middle, smooth it out. Then we're gonna put our rolled omelet right on the center of the plate so we can show it off. And then we're just gonna put a little bit of this oil that we use to slow cook our cherry tomatoes on top. This oil is really delicious. It tastes a little bit like garlic, thyme, and tomatoes, of course. And it's gonna add a nice shine to our dish. We'll put our roasted Brussels sprouts in a couple piles here. Not covering up our omelet, but just here and there to decorate it a little bit. And when doing these tomatoes, you don't want to cook these forever until they blow up. You want them to be tender but still retain the integrity of their shape. Another nice way to do this is to not completely submerge these, but leave them a little bit out of the oil, and with a really hot oven, get some char on top and add some character to the skins if you're leaving them skin on. I'm gonna add this one right there. These crispy pepitas will add a lot of texture and some unique flavor to this dish. And there you have it. There's my recipe for the Acre-Made omelet. Now you could do any vegetables that are in season. These are just my favorites, and this has been my favorite way to eat it.